Hello, and welcome to our weekly Friday studio update where we talk about our week. So I'm Miranda, and this is Oliver. We're artists, and we're married, and we share a woodshop, studio, home living situation together. So this is just, there's only so much we can show in photos, so this is just kind of our opportunity to talk through what we do and what we have planned. So what did you do this week, Oliver?
Before I get into that, I just want to say the main reason we do these is for sharing with our family what we're up to, because us being self-employed and everything, I think a lot of times that's a mystery to them. And so welcome to our family, even if you're not actually a Clark. If you're watching this, you're an honorary Clark. So, yeah, welcome to the clan. And, anyhow, so this week I made marble roller tracks for my 4 nieces and 1 nephew. And so I made 2 different kits for my 2 different siblings' children groups.
I just refer this as like the gaggle of children.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll insert a nice little clip of how that sets up and works. So it's a modular, different set of blocks.
Very Montessori school. I mean, yeah.
Whatever that word means. I don't have children, so I don't understand these words. My mom's a teacher, and she doesn't like Montessori schools, about all I know. But I think that was just one Montessori school that she watched.
Group work.
No, she's not a big fan of that, but the bigger thing is they wouldn't interact with the children to the extent that there's a kid with a runny nose and the teachers wouldn't wipe the kid's nose, and she thought that was abuse. So that's why she doesn't like Montessori school, is the importance of wiping a child's nose.
Well, if you went to Montessori school like I did, we can just gang up on Oliver.
I don't know. I think my mom just really was my teacher for a pretty long time there. She would tote me around as like a mascot while she was 7. So, part of that was because I was in a Batman costume. But anyways, so this week I made marble block rollers and I tuned up my grandpa's bandsaw. So it's really exciting. It's a Rockwell International saw, which if you look online, you'll see a lot of Rockwell Delta saws, but not International. So I'm not sure if that's like a different class.
I couldn't find anything on the Wikipedia, so I just kept listing it as like Rockwell Delta. If you look on our Instagram and see what I had updated about it.
Yeah, but it looks like a Rockwell Delta. Like there are different attributes in it that you can see whenever you look at those, and it has a huge following on YouTube of people finding them in barns and restoring them and whatnot. And the fact that it's both metal and wood cutting is really exciting.
We're not really there on the wood cutting part yet, though.
Yeah, so the way it works is it has a gear that you push in and out to get the different pulleys to work. One's slow speed and one's fast speed for wood cutting. And so I was able to use it to start cutting metal, and so I'm making these posts that I'm going to use to bend wood around, hopefully. Let's see. Yeah, so I'll be able to do that, I'm hoping. And I tried to use the wood cutting setting to see how it worked, but the tires on it are too old, and so the bottom one just popped off. So it couldn't handle the friction. It's stretched out over, I don't know, the last 30 years apparently. I doubt the tires have ever been replaced. I think it's original to it.
And it's interesting measuring belts on old tools because like you get the dimension and then you search for a belt of a similar size and it's like it could be like an inch off. So like the belts for restoring our planer were like way off from the actual size.
And I have the manual to this Rockwell, which is really cool, but the belt, one of them is 58 5/8, which belts currently come in inch increments. And so I don't know how you're supposed to get that 5/8. You can adjust it a little. You can adjust the motor, so that's what I'm going to have to do. I ordered it. Ace was out because I had already bought it from last week when I was working on the planer, so they had not restocked their shelves for the same belt again. And then I finished the Workbench. I put a top on it. I think I did that the last week, and I put Miranda's dad's big metalworking vise on there. So that's
a beast.
Yeah, so that's kind of nice for these pipes. I have something that I can grip them without getting my nice moccasin vise dirty. I've rearranged the shop 2 times. Yeah, so I'm just kind of tweaking stuff and trying to get ready to start bending wood. I'm hoping to start that this week coming up. So, yeah, I'll actually do what I like to do. What about you, Miranda? What have you been up to?
So just right off the bat, there's no grad school update. Haven't gotten any.
You got a date that it's not starting in May. It's starting late June, right? So
I got accepted into my number 1 choice, which I'm very excited about. But it's just been like these vague start weeks because I don't have an undergraduate degree in architecture. Most of the programs list that if you get into the program, the prerequisite is that you have like a 4 to 6 week boot camp where they teach you Rhino and V-Ray and basic model making, so you just hit the ground running when you enter the program in August, which I'm very excited about. I think it'll fill in a lot of gaps in my education because I have worked with architecture and I make models and do my own visualizations, but this will just be from like a more, I think, critical point of view versus my like subjective ways of working. So with that, but yeah, so it actually gave me a start date, which isn't until July. So I'm very excited because the other start dates I had been given were in early June. So.
Which you wouldn't be able to celebrate your birthday with friends here then.
Yeah, but you're also working, so Oliver's working on a commission we have to bring to Colorado. And then like right now I have a commission that I need to speed up on, and sometimes it just kind of like, the timeline never works out the way that you anticipated. So in my brain, this was all crashing and burning the week we needed to move. So now we have a little bit more wiggle room to plan stuff out and to maybe take a quick vacation. I don't know, something before I start. So anyway, no grad school updates from the previous week. And then I've just been working on my small sculptures. Got another order last night.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited. Did a little install a couple days ago. I'll do one later today. And yeah, so just chugging along on those. I'm feeling really good. They're just like the most compact, most complex versions of my large sculptures. So I think it's really satisfying for me to have something so intricate. And then now I'm going to be moving into the 5-foot dimensions again and working in these larger spaces. So I'm trying to figure out how I can take these painting methods that really add a level of depth to the surface work. So I'm painting these diagonals on the front surface of the wood rather on the interior edges, which is what I had done in the past. And so how that can, because it gives the illusion of a carved surface, like if I had taken a hand plane and carved over some edges. So, which I've done in previous work. So it's like a really nice blend between my 3D and my 2D work. And it's just all done through painting. And I've gotten really into airbrushing this week. So it didn't take any videos. Anyway, but I bought like the amateur airbrush from Harbor Freight. And just like testing it out to see if I like it, trying to get my dilution rates proper. And these are all the things that I'm like really into. So it's fun. But yeah, always learning, always exploring new options, even though I'm doing things on repeat. So looking forward to making new work this week, and yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about it.
So anyway, well, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next Friday.